Hello everyone. Today we will be doing a routine that focuses on the back, neck, and shoulders. All you will need are a handful of towels. Perhaps you have some that you aren't using. Your guest towels, for example. You can also grab a couple tennis balls. If you don't happen to have any tennis balls handy, I'm thinking that a couple of rolled up socks could substitute. So go and grab them. 4 towels is a good amount if your towels are kind of thin. If you have nice fluffy towels, maybe 2 will suffice. Let's take 2 of the towels and sit up on them to start. Get yourself comfortable. We'll place these other towels off to the side. We don't need them yet. Nice long spine. Settle in here. Take any adjustments that you feel might make you a little bit more comfortable as we begin. And then hands to your thighs. Bring your shoulders up, back, and down. Up, back, and down. And let's coordinate that with the breath. So the breath comes in as the shoulders go up, back, and down. And then feel your sits bones root down into your towels. And then float all the way up through your spine, letting the crown of your head float upwards. Leave your jaw behind, even though your lips are gently touching. And allow the breath to come in and out through your nose. You can allow your eyes to float closed. And bring your hands to prayer at heart center. Let's start with the sound of a single Om and feel it vibrate through your chest and your fingers. The breath comes in. And then placing your hands down on your thighs, you can keep your eyes closed, or if you want to, you can give a little peek to see what I'm doing. But just let your head drop down towards the ground. And then float it up. And imagine you're looking up at the sky. And slowly, mindfully down towards the ground. And then all the way up towards the sky, taking your time, there's no rush. And then coming back towards center, face towards the left. And then rotate around towards the right. Be mindful with your neck movements, with your head. And moving over towards the left. And then towards the right. And coming back to center, let your head fall heavily to gravity. And then roll your head over towards the left. And just let it hang out there. Let the weight of your right shoulder heavy down. And you might be feeling a stretch all the way down the side of your neck. And then take your right hand and crawl it out just a little bit, like you're reaching for something that's just out of reach. And then allow breath to come in and send the breath directly to here. And then sigh that breath out. And once more, breath comes in. And sigh it out. And then replace your hand and drop your head down towards the center. And then let it rotate over towards the opposite side. And now head falling towards the right. Let it hang out there and crawl your left fingertips out just a little bit in midair, as if they're grasping for something just out of reach. You might feel that stretch all the way down the left side of your neck, down your arm even. And allow the breath to soften that. So the breath comes in and out. And in and out. And replacing your hand to your thigh, the breath comes in. As you sigh it out, let your head drop down towards the ground. And then let the weight of your head drop you down, down, down through your spine as you crawl yourself forward any amount. You might just be draping forward here, or you might crawl your fingertips all the way out on the ground and fold forward. Whatever feels nice to you. And here, allow a breath to come in. And as you sigh it out, slowly walk yourself back up, just as mindfully and intentionally as you came down. And floating your head up at the very end. And then once more, let's drop down. Give into gravity. Let the weight of your head drop you down bit by bit. Find some space in between each vertebra and crawl your fingers forward. You might just be dangling midair. However far you go is totally fine. Walking yourself forward. Find some space in your back body for the breath. Maybe there's some space in your shoulders or in your mid-back. And the breath comes in here. And as you sigh it out, slowly walk yourself back up. Let's really be intentional with everything we're doing with our shoulders and our neck and our back today, because any stress that has accrued over the past, days, weeks, years, might have been unintentional. All right, so take your blankets out from under you. You can place one to the side, but let's take one out all the way along. Now this is what we're using instead of a strap, because it's possible you don't have a yoga strap at home, but it doesn't mean you can't be resourceful. So roll up your blanket the long ways, like you're rolling up a nice long sushi roll. And make it tight. Here you go. And you have this. Isn't that great? Okay. This is going to be in lieu of a strap and in lieu of a yoga blanket as well. And later in lieu of a bolster. So we're creating a lot of different things today. Now take the opposite leg forward. You might be used to having one leg in front of the other, so let's just switch that around while we can. And then take the blanket out in front of you and grasp it firmly on either side. You want to grasp it significantly wider than your shoulders. This exercise will be harder to do the closer your hands are. So reaching forward and out. Lift the blanket up, 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 and then draw it down behind you. Ooh, I feel that in my chest. Okay, and now we're gonna come back. All the way up and back. And now being even is the goal here. So if you find that you're a little bit jerky, you might want to walk your fingertips out a little bit further so you can manage it. So the breath comes in, reach up, and then the breath goes out as you drop down. And the breath comes in as you reach up. Breath goes out as you drop it down. Nice long spine. Really pull out and forward. Breath comes in. And then the breath goes out. That's where it gets a little tricky, right? And then the breath comes in. And the breath goes out. And now once more, make this one your most intentional one. Breath comes in. And then the breath goes out. But really, it wasn't just one. Now it's going to be two because we have to come back. So the breath goes in. And then out. All right, wonderful. Whew, I feel that. All right, now take this strap, and we're going to make it our little bolster. Place it about 1/4 of the way down from the top of your mat across. We'll deal with that in just a second. But first, let's do Gomukhasana arms, which is cow face pose arms. So you'll take your right hand behind you and take that elbow nice and close into you, and then use your other hand to hoist your elbow up just a little bit more so that your hand in the back is coming up. Give a little wave. There we go. All right, now once that's firmly in place, swoop your other arm up and just let it drape down. And maybe your fingers touch here and they can grasp. If not, if there's some space, no big deal, just let them hang. Just find some space here. And the breath comes in and out. And make little fists with your hands and then rotate out and drop it down. All right, let's do the opposite side. Now take your left hand, nestle your upper arm in close to you, bend that elbow, and then wedge your hand up, 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 and sweep your other arm up. Just let it drop down. Maybe your fingers touch, maybe they aren't even close, doesn't matter. Just keep your arms nice and close to you. And the breath comes in. And the breath goes out. And make your hands into fists. Open up and drop down. All right. Now, let's go into all fours for a moment for some arching and rounding of our spine and cat-cow. Spread your fingertips wide, knees under your hips and wrists underneath your shoulders. And bringing your tailbone up, your shoulders together. And then dropping your tailbone down, spreading through your shoulder blades. Might be nice to find some space here. Breath comes in as you look forward and shoulder blades come together. And then the breath goes out as you bring your belly button to your spine, your tailbone drops down. Find some space in between those shoulder blades. Breath comes in, shoulder blades come together. Breath goes out, shoulder blades spread apart. And then bring your knees wide, bring your toes together, and sit yourself back in a little child's pose. You can walk your hands forward. They might rest on that little bolster. And slowly walking yourself back up to sit. All right. How's the fun stuff? Okay. We're going to start by laying our shoulder blades across this bolster. They're going to prop them up just a little bit. So the points of your shoulder blades are going to end up right on that little bulbous part, and then allow your arms to drape up and over. Make sure there's space in between the tops of your shoulders and the ground. So they're hovering here as you bring your arms out to a cactus shape. And then just settle in. You can keep your feet on the ground. Or if you feel like you would be more comfortable with your legs that long, you can do that too. You can just bring your legs that long. I'm personally more comfortable with my feet on the ground, so that's what I'm going to do. And you can let your eyes close here. And every outgoing breath is an opportunity to give into gravity just a little bit more. Every incoming breath is the opportunity to find a little bit more space. next couple breaths. Find your way over onto one side. You can use your arm as a pillow. And then gently press yourself up so that you can move your bolster, towel, strap out of the way. And then grab your tennis balls or your trusty socks, whatever you have handy. And we're gonna place the tennis balls to do some fascial release in our back. The first place we're gonna go is just directly mid-back. This is where the bra strap would be, on either side of the spine. So we're really trying to get into the rector spinae here. Those muscles on either side of the spine. Lay yourself down. This might take some finagling, that's okay. And one tennis ball on one side, one on the opposite side. You might feel this already, and you can just lay here and let the tennis balls do their work. Our work is just to give into gravity. And you're welcome to continue to lay here and breathe, or you can reach your arms up to the sky and then drape one arm over the other for a little hug. Float your arms back up, and then opposite arm drops over. And reach up, and then arms come down. All right, now you can do this a variety of ways depending on how graceful you are. You could just inch your tennis balls up so that they come directly on the inside blade of your shoulder. So not on the bone, on the inside, on either side of the spine, but just where the points are. It's like the little shoulder blade points are pointing towards the tennis balls. Ooh, yep, found it. And you sort of know when you find the place, you can feel it a little bit more potently. And now the work is to settle. Just allow gravity to do its work, allow the tennis balls to do their work. Bring softness to the muscle. Allow the breath to go to the muscle. And one more breath in. And sigh it out. All right, last position of the tennis balls. You can either get up and replace them, or you can sort of shimmy yourself down, shimmy the tennis balls up. Ooh-hoo-hoo. Now the tennis balls are going to go directly underneath your traps. So that is on either side, just above your shoulders here, just to the side of your neck. And you can kind of push down. This is, I imagine, where the Vulcan death grip would happen. Star Trek fans. Okay. All right. Now, this might not feel like anything to some of you. Some of you it might feel really intense. All right, so now you can lay here and give into gravity, or you can reach your arms up to the sky and then thumbs up towards the space above your head. Now this might feel a little bit more intense. And then come back the same way you went down. Ready? And then back up. Breath comes in. And then down. Now you can it's dealer's choice. You can continue to do this or do none of this, or you can add your hips. So you'll press down into the ground, lift your hips up, oh, yeah, and then thumbs up. And then sweep your arms back, down, and then your hips drop down. And press down into the ground, your hips come up, thumbs go up, and then your arms come down, your hips come down. One more time. Press down, reach up, and then arms sweep down, and your hips come down. Oh, yes. And then take your tennis balls out or your socks out. Ah, whew. And when you're ready, roll over onto your side and press yourself up to sit. Okay, all right, now for some of my favorite things. Here it is. All right, we're gonna take all of your blankets and we're gonna create a bolster. So take this strap blanket and fold it back how you would for a regular towel. And then take 2 of your towels and roll them up so that they're a little sort of cannoli roll. I don't know why all of the rolls become food. And then take your other 2 and then roll them up. All right, and now look, you've got a nice little bolster for yourself. Okay, were you able to do that? Well done. All right, so we're gonna start with your right hip just up against your bolster. And then turn your whole torso towards the bolster and then gently, easily, slowly start to walk yourself down, little bit by little bit. So the breath comes in, lengthen, breath goes out, and lay yourself down. Breath comes in, lengthen, breath goes out, lay yourself down. Now you can place your left cheek on the bolster and rest, or if that's too much, you can place your right cheek on the bolster, whatever feels nice to you. And then give in to gravity. Here, let your arms drape down by your sides. Release through your feet, through your groin. Let your shoulder blades spread apart. And on your next couple of breaths, you can slowly find your way back up. Placing your hands next to you. Breath comes in. And then as you sigh the breath out, slowly walk yourself back up. Okay, let's do the opposite side. Swivel yourself around so that now your left hip is up against your bolster. Nice and close. And then tented fingertips on either side. Turn your torso up and over your bolster so that your belly button can see over the mountain of your bolster. And then crawl yourself forward any amount. And each breath that comes in is an opportunity to lengthen. Each breath that goes out is the opportunity to lay yourself down a little bit further. Just like your whole chest, you're laying contact paper down on a book. So breath comes in, lengthen. Breath goes out. Lay yourself down a little bit more. And now here, if you want the full twist, your right cheek can go down onto your bolster, or if that's not comfortable for your neck, your left cheek can go down. And let your arms just drape open here. Let your belly be soft. Release through your toes, through your hips, through your belly, your chest, your shoulders. And over the next few breaths, let's make our way back up. So the breath comes in. As the breath goes out, slowly walk yourself back up to sit. Okay. All right. Oh, while we have this bolster, maybe we might as well use it again. Now we'll double it up so it can be nice and tall. And then bring your legs out long in front of you. If you happen to have another blanket you want to put underneath your bottom, that would be great, another towel. But otherwise, you can just place your bolster on your legs and then walk yourself forward so that your head can then rest. You might find over time you don't need both of them. Maybe move one to the side. And let yourself walk down a little bit further. And here, breath comes in. And as it goes out, slowly walk yourself back up to sit. Okay. Take your blankets, your bolster, place them underneath your bottom. And let's just check in with where we began. Let's see if anything is any different. Okay. All right. Here we go. So head looks over towards the left, over towards the right, over towards the left, and to the right. Back towards center, drop it down, and then walk your hands down, 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 fold forward. And then come back up. I hope that provided you a little bit of relief in your head, neck, shoulders, and back. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's bring our hands to a prayer to end with the sound of Om. Ready? Breathing in deeply. Om. Namaste. Thanks for joining me. See you soon.